Good evening, everyone. I'm Corey Robinson. I'm the athletic director at the high school. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of Mr. Norcia, our superintendent, Mr. Gorski, our principal, welcoming you to our 2020 Spring Awards Ceremony for Athletics. This year, obviously, we will be doing it virtually due to the fact of the global pandemic. Took us away from the fields and the courts and did not give us the opportunity to see our senior athletes and their teammates participate. I would like to thank our athletic secretary, Mrs. Katz, our trainer, Mr. LaCicero, Ms. Murata, our nurse, for all their hard work and commitment to our program. I'd like to thank our entire administrative team for all their support, and especially to our Board of Education for providing our athletes the opportunity to compete. Once again, our seniors. 4 years for some of you, a little less for others, but we'd like to congratulate you on the commitment, the hard work, the dedication, and all the cut of pride you showed. As we move along in this evening, you will be hearing from our coaches. They will be honoring our seniors, saying nice things about their commitments and their hard work. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our principal, Mr. Gorski, who will welcome you.
Welcome to the Spring Varsity Awards virtual edition for the first time at Fairlawn High School. I'd like to thank first our athletic department, athletic director, Mr. Robinson, his assistant, Ms. Roman Katz, our athletic trainer, Mr. LaCicero. This team works so closely together to ensure that all of our athletes and competitors are appropriately supported and to make sure that they have everything they need for excellence in any activity that they undertake. I'd like to thank our Parents Committee for Athletics, Ms. Burek, and the Fairlawn Friends of Music, Ms. Deal and Ms. DeFino. I'd like to thank our coaches, our directors, and all of our staff that work with our athletes and performers each and every day. Our staff models and expects excellence from our students, and they produce. What they do makes us so very proud as a school, and we couldn't be more appreciative of our staff for the commitment that they make. I'd like to thank Dr. Baptiste Bosco, our instructional technology coach, for working so hard to put these virtual awards ceremonies together. I'd now like to thank the stars of the show. That is our student athletes and performers. I'll get through the rest of my remarks and make some more comments, but this truly was a unique situation that they were faced with. Even after we left school, I know that they stayed together as a family and still continue to take on every activity that they could to show their love for one another and for what they do. This spring season will never be forgotten, and we'd like to recognize it now in this ceremony. To our families, you have given so much to these young people over the years. From the first time they picked up a glove or a ball or an instrument, you were there to support them, to travel all over with them, to put in the long hours, nights, weekends, vacations, dedicated to having them improve what they love and chase their passion. It certainly didn't end in a way in which any of us would have anticipated or a way any of us would have wanted. But that doesn't diminish every sacrifice that you've made and everything that you've done up to this point to support these young people. I thank you so very much for giving us the chance to work with them. Your contributions are immeasurable. And now, our focus once again on the stars of the show. The true stars here, which are our seniors, our class of 2020. They're a truly special group. They were special before all of this happened, and they're even more special now. I want to just take you back in time a little bit as I speak about them a little bit more. My last memory of athletics in high school was in a spring sport. It was baseball. Our team had just missed the cutoff for the state playoffs, so we were in our last game. We're playing against another team that also had missed the state playoffs, so essentially this game was meaningless as far as the standings were concerned. And so we played, and we were down going into, I think it was the 5th inning actually. And I had gotten up, I hit a double down the right field line. I can still remember this like it was yesterday. And that brought in the tying run. It was a tie game. I was on second base, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking up at the clouds, and all of a sudden, the rain came pouring down. It poured, and it poured, and it poured. And of course, like I said, since this game didn't mean anything in the standings, the umpires were very quick to call it. The game, the season, and my athletic career was over. I still remember that because I think back to how that game might have ended. Maybe I might have scored the winning run. Maybe our team would have celebrated, gone out and gotten some pizza, and really enjoyed the last time that we had together as a group. But it wasn't to be. Of course, I relate that story in such a way as to say it does not anywhere near come close to what happened here in the spring of 2020. Because our seniors were robbed. They were robbed of all those late nights, all that cheering, or when those seasons and when those competitions come to an end, probably some tears too. Robbed of all those memories. You had so much to look forward to. And I know in speaking with the athletes and the performers as they had just started their practices and were gearing up for the season to come, there was so much optimism, so much hope. And then we all know what happened. Since that time, in the middle of March, this class of 2020 has been looked to all over the world as leaders. They have set the example for how to behave with grace. They have set the example for how to look forward as opposed to backward. They've taken everything in stride, and they've used this spotlight on them to highlight causes that they're passionate about and look to forge a new and brighter future for all of us. They've already made their mark, and they're going to continue to do so. The class of 2020 will be remembered forever. With that, I'd like to say, please enjoy this virtual ceremony. I wish the very best of health to you and your family, and I'll see everyone again soon.
Hello, administrators, fellow coaches, parents, and players. This is Coach Graceffo to tell you a little bit about our plans and what we felt about this upcoming baseball season. I want to thank our players for their preparation and understanding this season. I would especially like to thank our seniors whose dedication and leadership set the tone for what we felt would be a successful season. We were looking forward to competing with this year's team. As a young team last year, we lost 7 games by 1 run and felt that we had gained valuable experience going into this year. We were looking forward to a combination of consistent upperclassmen with an infusion of new, younger players that would develop a core that could gain experience and grow as varsity players. We believed as a coaching staff that this group could compete for a league title. Many of our players worked hard in the offseason and were looking forward to enjoying a successful year. We began on Friday, March 6th, and were getting ready for our first scrimmage when the season was shut down. Although we were certainly disappointed that we did not get the opportunity to compete this year, we hope to be back on the field soon. We often talk to players about athletics, especially baseball, teaching valuable life lessons, including dealing with adversity. Well, over the last 3 months, many of us have never had to deal with the adversity that we've seen. This has been an ever-changing and unprecedented time, and all we can do is continue to work and be ready for next year.
Hello everybody, my name is Scott Leatham, head boys lacrosse coach. I'll start off by congratulating all the senior athletes making it to this point in time. Our team was poised for a strong year with great senior and junior leadership. This group of seniors showed great perseverance in getting better all 4 years with no complaints. They worked hard all the time to ensure their senior season was going to be a success. They gave us all they had as long as we had them. All that hard work will carry over to their next step in life. As diverse as the team is, we would always come together to get the job done. Tough on each other during practice, but family when it was time to take the field. Sadly, I'm at a loss of words for not just my seniors, but all senior spring athletes. Nobody can prepare for this and nobody can be blamed. You can only look forward with what you have. You can take this as a moment to reflect on all the things you did as an athlete or could have done as an athlete. If you have no regrets, then be happy with what you did. If you have regrets, don't eat yourself up over it. The first step is realizing that, and the next is making sure you learn and move on from it. This is a huge step in life for you all. You are graduating and starting a new journey, so look at this as an opportunity. This is all history that you are living in. This will be one of the most important years of your lives. Embrace it. Stay safe and healthy. Coach Leatham.
Hello everyone, Coach Tartaglia here from the Fairlawn High School girls lacrosse team. We had very high hopes this season as we have a talented and hard-working group of ladies who really love the game of lacrosse. With 16 returning varsity players, we were ready to work hard and build our skills from last year. Last season we scored 159 goals, had 107 assists, 265 ground balls, and 116 draw controls. The girls came into the season motivated to improve their play, have fun with their teammates, and of course to win games based on all of their hard work. We were looking forward to a spring training camp this year, which unfortunately we did not have the chance to attend. However, leading up to the season, the team participated in tons of fundraising and team bonding with this trip in mind. While the players did not get to spend as much time together on the field this season, I know that they are so thankful for all of the time they spent together this year bonding and fundraising. One of my favorite things about this team is their drive to improve and their desire to build each other up. Every day we see our players supporting their teammates and helping them improve, sharing their skills and talents for the overall benefit of the team. This group of girls fully embrace the team aspect of the sport and work as such a strong, cohesive unit. The way they can transition up and down the field and always have each other's backs is truly something special. Although we only played together for a week this season, I know that you ladies would have moved mountains this year. On our longest days and at our most challenging practices, you always stayed positive and put in the work to improve. With 10 seniors leaving us this year, we know that we really have big shoes to fill next year. Thank you seniors for leading by example, giving this team your all, and for always putting a smile on everyone's face. To our underclassmen, we cannot wait until next season to get back on the field with you. Thank you.
After graduating 13 seniors over the past 2 years, most people who follow local softball may have viewed us as a rebuilding year team, and that was true. But I was actually happy about that because I was truly thinking we were going to turn some heads this season with our strong pitchers in Kylie McNamara and Amelia Garcia, and with an experienced catcher in Melissa Hickey. Each of them have varsity experience and also play competitive club softball in the off-season, which really strengthened the core of our varsity team. We had a speedy and talented outfield, including junior returning starters Kayla Gauthier and Alexa Manspicer, who had some exceptional games under their belts as sophomores. The biggest task was rebuilding our infield, as we lost most of our infielders from last season. Senior captain Grace Portfleet was ready to go at first base, and we had some varsity infield experience with Ashley Martini, but the preseason was there for us to work out some kinks and build the team. We had juniors Sam Mossman, Emma Steinhardt, and Layla Holly working hard and competing for spots, as well as its sophomore Julia Mayo and a couple of hardworking freshmen in Amanda Alexander and Ava Nuziali. We had several options and were really looking forward to see what we could do on the field. Most of these girls trained for much of the year, so we certainly expected our team would come out strong and ready to win. We have a great reputation for being strong competitors, and this year was going to be no different. We even had a beautiful brand new turf field to play on, right behind the high school. No more traveling to the complex every day for games and practices. When the pandemic hit, we were just 6 days away from going to our spring training trip to compete at Disney. The team and parents had worked so hard in fundraising and preparing for the trip, it was such a disappointment to be canceled. We continued with some Zoom sessions to stay in touch, which was a lot of fun, but eventually the season itself was canceled. Closing the chapter on this season was hard, especially for the seniors. But they will always be a big part of our Cutter softball history, and more than any other class, they have learned some hard lessons. Health and family always come first. Coping with adversity is not easy, but being on a competitive team has given them the experience, skills, and motivation to bounce back. To my players, I say, stay positive, enjoy the moments, be kind, and you are all stronger than you know. Go Cutters, and congratulations to the class of 2020 and all the senior athletes at Fairlawn High School.
Hello everyone, Coach DeLuca here to speak about our varsity boys tennis team. First, I'd like to give a special thank you to my wonderful assistant coach Adair for all she does for our student athletes throughout the year. It's very much appreciated. As for our season, Coach Adair and I were very excited for the 2020 season to begin, as we had a majority of our starters from last season returning to the lineup this year. The team was looking to compete with Wayne Hills for a league title, but unfortunately, we'll never know the outcome of that match. It was an absolute pleasure coaching this team over the past 4 years, and it really saddens me to see their careers end this way. However, their futures are bright, and I know they'll succeed in whatever direction they choose. These guys are resilient and will carry on. Thank you for making our jobs easy and enjoyable. You will definitely be missed next year.
Hello everyone, my name is John Van Soest, head girls spring track coach. First, I would like to congratulate all of the graduating seniors this spring. Your contributions to FLHS, both on and off the athletic field, court, or track, are appreciated and will be missed. While not ideal, I know you are all tough enough to overcome and persevere throughout this difficult situation. The girls track program has steadily been one of the better teams in our league and section over the past few years. This year was not going to be any different. While we have talent in all areas of our team, our throwers were going to be our strength throughout the season. We had a very good chance to break the Bergen County relay record in the javelin this spring, and will most certainly push to break it again next year. We had a number of athletes returning this spring that competed at the Bergen Meet of Champions last year, who are most likely going to be returning to Hackensack this spring to compete in the prestigious meet again. Our focus has always been on winning a league title and putting another year on the banner in the B Gym. With a well-rounded complement of athletes running, jumping, and throwing, I truly believe we could have achieved that goal again this year. While the girls' head coach in name, I also have great relationships and shared goals with our boys' team, and I did not want to go without mentioning them and wish the senior boys good luck in their future endeavors as well.
Fairlawn Track and Field has a long-standing tradition of attracting student athletes who are dedicated, motivated, and simply a class act. Our seniors this year were no exception, and in the years that I have worked with them, I have seen tremendous growth in both talent and leadership, two essential factors that would have led our team to great victories this season. Last year, our boys placed second in our league, with current senior Itai Freya taking first place in the 400-meter intermediate hurdles, and Marco Reynoso placing sixth in both javelin and shot put. I believe their talents, combined with the strength, talent, and drive of our entire team, would have upheld our successes from last year. Even though our season was limited to just a few practices, the atmosphere during those practices was electric. And that's because we had a group of senior leaders who immediately set the tone and led by example for our younger and newer athletes. It is because of them that our Fairlawn tradition will remain strong in years to come. I wish our seniors the very best and hope that they continue to live by the traditions they have helped carry forth in their years as members of the Fairlawn Spring Track and Field team.
Dear seniors, still to this day, nearly 3 months after the most anticipated season came to an abrupt halt, I find it extremely difficult to discuss our lost season. In life and in sports, all you want is to prepare yourself to the fullest, so you can optimize your chance of success when the opportunity arises. As a senior class, I can say without hesitation that you prepared yourselves in this manner during each phase of your volleyball careers. As middle school students, I remember first meeting many of you at my summer camps. I remember envisioning what your future senior campaigns would look like because of the promise you demonstrated on the volleyball courts at such a young age. My only goal was to generate a love for the sport within you, as I knew many of you played other sports and your families were unfamiliar with volleyball. As incoming freshmen, 5 members of this senior class made the varsity team that year. Although many of you did not play much during matches, you competed each and every day against upperclassmen and pushed them to greater heights. You absorbed a substantial amount of information being taught, and you got inspired to continue to develop your craft. That year, you were key and instrumental in contributing to the amazing comeback season whereby, as a number 4 seed, you traveled to Wayne Valley and Lakeland and defeated them on their home courts, avenging prior losses to capture a sectional championship and reach the Tournament of Champions final. That off-season, your collective dedication was on display as many of you made full-time commitments to playing at clubs, summer clinics, and various camps. As sophomores, the number of members of this class on the senior roster increased to 7, with many of you playing prominent roles on the varsity team. That year, you demonstrated just how talented you were by defeating a team of seniors in Lakeland, predicted to win our section in very convincing fashion before a tough Tournament of Champions semifinal loss against eventual champion Old Bridge. Your commitment level continued to increase, your ambition to win the TOC continued to grow. As juniors, we now had 8 juniors on the varsity team, with nearly all of you in significant roles for a second straight year. It was truly a remarkable season as you finished with a 36-4 record. You won the Livingston tournament, you breezed through league, county, and state sectional championships. You defeated Southern in a historic Tournament of Champions semifinal, and you came up just short in a grueling 3-set championship match against Old Bridge. Going into this senior year, you had gone through all the necessary battles as underclassmen. You compiled a record of nearly 100 wins against only 13 losses. You had done everything that you needed to do to culminate your exceptional careers as state champions. You prepared yourselves to the fullest to win that last game of your high school careers. It was inevitable. The only thing was you did not get the opportunity due to the unprecedented set of circumstances that we are currently facing. That being said, I can only say that it was an absolute privilege to coach each and every one of you. You have been willing to sacrifice so much time and effort towards our goals. The focus, mindfulness, and preparation that you collectively demonstrated was like no other senior class before. Words cannot describe how much you will each be missed.
Hi, my name is Jamie Steinberg, and I am the director of the Fairlawn High School Indoor Percussion Ensemble. I'm here to recognize both the Fairlawn Indoor Percussion Ensemble and the Fairlawn High School Indoor Color Guard. Both great groups with great kids in it. Unfortunately, our seasons were cut short with COVID-19, as everyone's were. But I wanted to take a moment to recognize the students and how great they were, and how hard they worked, and how they were coming together and really starting to hit their strides. Unfortunately, as with all of these activities, we were not able to see their completion, but the students had great beginnings of their seasons and really worked hard and have put in the time over many years. As far as the percussion group, some of these seniors were part of the World Championship when we won in 2017 as A-class members, and in 19 as our second year in the open class level, national level competition, making it all the way up to 4th place out of over 60 groups that qualified to be in the World Championship, and have really helped this program grow in leaps and bounds. And with the Color Guard also winning their regional championship, and seeing their program grow over these last few years a tremendous amount. So I wanted to say thank you to those groups, and thank you to those people that are involved, not only the students but their families. Thank you for all the work you've done and put in. Sorry we couldn't see the end of the season, but we will come back to it and be strong in the future. And to those of you who are not continuing because you're graduating, good luck in everything you do from here and in the future. I hope to see many of you, and I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Senior Ryan Axe has been part of our program for 4 years and was going to spend his first year playing varsity. Ryan is a versatile player who we saw as playing a utility role for us and taking some innings on the mound. His versatility and ability to put the ball in play made him a valuable member of our team. Like many seniors, Ryan had to make some difficult decisions this year. As part of our school to work program, he felt that he might not be able to play as he was preparing for his future. However, his love of baseball was evident, and Ryan was able to change his work arrangements so that he would be able to do both and have a senior season on the baseball field. His enthusiasm for the game was always evident. We wish him well in his future endeavors. Good luck, Ryan. Thank you. Jason Cohen. Jason's been with our program for 4 years, spending the last 2 with varsity. As a freshman, he was having a really good season when he broke his thumb and was lost for the remainder of the year. This did set him back a little bit, but he came back as a sophomore and had a very good season on our JV. Jason made the jump to varsity last year. And it was apparent very early on that Jason had the combination of velocity and off-speed command that could make him a dependable varsity number 1. All he lacked was the experience of competing at the varsity level. As the season went on, Jason got better and better. We were really looking forward to seeing him develop into the pitcher and player he could be this year. As we began our inter-squad scrimmages in the first week of the season, Jason was dominant on the mound, and we were very excited to get him out there to compete in our season opener. Jason also has a very sweet left-handed swing and was hitting the ball very well in our early season workouts. We think he was ready to put it all together and have a tremendous senior year for us. It has been very rewarding to see Jason mature over the last 3 years, and we will certainly miss his leadership and talent. Thank you, Jason, and good luck. Ryan Perez. Ryan was our team captain going into this season, and his leadership was evident through the winter and over our first week of workouts. As a junior last year, Ryan had a tremendous year and was our most consistent performer. Ryan was ready not only to be one of the best players in our league this year, but also to be one of the best players in the county. Ryan has been a 4-year varsity starter at the all-important catcher position. His enthusiasm for the game is infectious. Over 4 years, we have seen Ryan grow as a player, person, and leader. Since tryouts in his freshman year, Ryan's talent has been undeniable, but it's his work ethic that is truly impressive. Ryan prepared and focused on baseball 12 months a year. He went to countless clinics and spent his winters either in the weight room or honing his skills. He would consistently catch doubleheaders in the heat of the summer and be ready to catch again the next day. As a leader this year, he organized workouts for players and kept a line of communication throughout the program. Ryan truly would have had a remarkable senior season, and we're sorry that he did not get that chance. But he will be able to continue his baseball career playing at the University of Bridgeport in the fall. Thank you, Ryan, and good luck. Roman Teasy has been a part of our varsity program for 4 years. Last year, he opened the season as our starting first baseman and had an RBI in our opening game. We could tell that he was going to be a vital part of the middle of our lineup. Unfortunately, he injured his hand diving for a ball later in that game and was lost for the season. Roman was healthy again this year and looking forward to a productive senior year. We were sure that he would be a vital piece in the middle of our lineup and a sense of stability and calm in our infield. Roman prepared in the offseason to make his senior season a memorable one and was coming into his own as a leader. We had spoken about the prospects of the upcoming season. We were both very excited that we would be successful. Our first week of the season, we could see that our talent was coming together. Unfortunately, we did not get the opportunity to see this in a regular season game. Roman was prepared and poised to have a solid senior season because of the work that he put in, and that is something to be proud of. Thank you, Roman, and good luck. Kelvin Torres has been a part of our program for 4 years, and this would have been his first year playing varsity. In time in our program, we've seen his growth and maturity as a person, and it has been very special to see. Kelvin's perseverance and desire to be his best definitely stood out. Several years ago, Kelvin injured his knee and was lost for the season. When this happens to a player, many times they will find other things to take up their time and gradually disappear from the program. Kelvin used this time to continue to attend practices and games and help the team in any way possible. We were pleasantly surprised to see this dedication and desire, not only to be part of a team, but also to be a leader. We were looking forward to seeing how Kelvin would perform at the varsity level this year. Regardless of what was going to happen on the field, we were truly proud of the young man that Kelvin has become and wish him well in his future endeavors. Thank you, Kelvin, and good luck. Harry Winnick. Harry has been part of our program for 4 years, spending the last 3 years as varsity performer. Harry's intelligence and understanding of the game helped to make him an important part of our lineup. Harry is a player who loves to be on the field, whether it is practice or a game, and is constantly trying to gain understanding tendencies and situations. Over his varsity career, Harry has had many important RBIs and hits for our program, and we were looking forward to seeing him as a vital part of our lineup in his senior season. Harry also began pitching for us last year and gained the experience pitching at the varsity level. His ability to take the ball in any situation was going to make him an important part of our staff this year, whether as a starter or as a closer. Harry also excels in the classroom and puts the same work and determination into his studies. Although he didn't get to experience his senior baseball season, Harry has a bright future ahead. Thank you, Harry, and good luck.
Eric Hansen. Eric was lightning in a bottle. He was the fastest kid on the team year after year. As a junior, he got a starting role for us and was able to use his speed and athletic ability to help us. He played a fun position called long stick midi, who gets to run up and down the field playing defense and starting transitional offense. Eric was a quiet leader for us. He would make the big play at the exact time we needed it most. His speed and effort will be missed. Mike Hickey. Mike is a bundle of joy. As a staff, if we ever needed a good laugh, we can easily go have a conversation with Mike, and our day is that much better instantly. He was our spiritual leader. He was big and tough. Nobody wanted to get hit by him. He was the guy to knock you down and pick you up. Mike knew how to make the game fun when things were feeling low at practice. His spirit and love will be missed out there. Tom Capotis. Tom was the do-anything type of kid. He played every position on the lacrosse field, including goalie. He started to make a turning point at the end of his junior season. We saw incredible toughness out of him. Somebody who would get the snot knocked out of him and get right back up. Those kids are hard to come by these days. We were really excited to see what he could do for us. He was going to play a role at attack for us this season, where he was going to be put into a spot to shine. He was our most improved player in 4 years. Adrian LeBoy. Adrian was a dedicated 4-year player. He was happy to be part of the team, and whatever we asked of him, he did. As the years went on, he found a niche in the game that was giving him an edge to see more playing time as a junior. He was a face-off specialist who was giving our starters a tough time. Adrian was poised to give us a face-off role this season for sure. He's a perfect example of paying his dues to the guys in front of him with no complaints, and worked day in and day out to be ready for his senior role. Joe Larson. You can say that this kid gave us his all. He put his full trust in us from the beginning. As a freshman, Joe was academically ineligible, and instead of quitting, he stayed on the team and practiced every day. He did what he was told and never complained. That stayed with him, and he was never academically ineligible again. That is something as a coaching staff we take a lot of pride in. He had a great love for the sport. Joe was a short stick D mid that had energy like a puppy. Sometimes you can speak to him and he's so anxious he doesn't even know you're talking to him. Joe was there when we needed him to pick up a key ground ball to start us up on offense. He was a great leader in our program where you knew he was due for a big senior year. Josh Prakash. Here's a guy who also laid his dues the first 3 years in the program and was not ready for an opportunity. He worked hard day in and day out, always gave 100% and was not scared to back down to any challenge in front of him. His effort and dedication to the program over the last 3 years was going to give him a big role his senior season. He was going to be a ground ball midfielder that hustles and hits. He was ready for a big season. Andrew Schultz. Our strongest defender on the team, would cover everyone's number 1 or number 2 guy depending on the opponent's size. Andrew would have been a 4-year starter for us, but his first 2 years he dealt with agonizing injuries that kept him off the field some time. As a junior, he exploded into the guy we knew he could be. He not only was able to lock down other teams' best players, but he helped us in the clearing game. He had such a smooth cradle and handle in transition that sparked us a lot of goals over these last 4 years. Andrew was a leader on the field, but more importantly, off the field as well.
First up, we have Melissa Bosanegra. Melissa is a first-year varsity letter earner this year. She's quick on attack with great footwork. She easily maneuvers her defender to get to the goal. Melissa has really improved her stick skills over the year, and we really saw her gain confidence. Her favorite memory from lacrosse is playing fun games during practice and having everyone laughing and bonding. Melissa will be studying psychology at Rider University in the fall. Brooke Chinchar is an attacker who always seems to be in the perfect position, whether it be intercepting goalie clears, making an assist, or scoring the goal. Brooke is always there. Brooke is excellent at setting up our team plays as well as executing the plays. She's best at reading the field and seeing what should happen next. She's always a step ahead of the game. Last season, Brooke scored 11 goals, had 8 assists, and 24 ground balls. Her favorite memory is making varsity freshman year and earning honorable mention All-League. Brooke will be studying education at Bergen Community College in the fall. Nicole Gianella is one of our 2 senior captains. She dominates the midfield and shuts down any transitions from our opponent. Nicole always steps up to help where the team needs her most, whether it be attack or defense. Last season, Nicole scored 10 goals, had 7 assists, and 27 ground balls. She has a total of 15 career goals on varsity. Her favorite memory is singing with the team on the bus rides to and from games. Nicole will be studying marketing at Bergen Community College in the fall. Isabella July is a first-year lettering senior. She's an attacker who dominates the crease roll and knows how to work the goalie. Her favorite memory is being named the crease roll queen, as this is her signature move on attack. Bella will be studying graphic design at Monmouth University in the fall. Danielle Harari is one player who will always make you laugh. She is constantly cracking jokes and has the whole team laughing together. She goes anywhere on the field and always gives it her all. Danielle always wants to improve her play and works hard to do so. Last season, she scored 9 goals, had 7 assists, and 13 ground balls. Danielle has a total of 19 career goals on varsity. Her favorite memory was traveling to Disney with the team. Danielle will be studying behavioral science at Pace University in the fall. Kelly Martinez is a player that will always beat you in a race. Her cradle has improved immensely and you cannot catch her on transitions now. When Kelly has the ball in her stick, she can carry it down the field and beats all of her opponents out. Last season, Kelly scored 3 goals, had 2 assists, and 9 ground balls. Her favorite memory is running 6 laps every day, but feeling really good after it. Kelly will be studying business and playing basketball at Rutgers University Newark in the fall. Samantha Murray is our second captain. She's a leader on and off the field. Samantha has been a leader for our team since she was a young player, and she actually earned second team All-League last season as a junior. Last season, Samantha scored 19 goals, had 17 assists, 26 ground balls, and 42 draw controls. Sam has 24 total career goals on varsity. Her favorite memory is playing on varsity as a freshman and earning second team All-League. Sam is studying physical education and health and will be playing lacrosse for Keene University next year. Christina Najas is one girl that we can always depend on for our team. She's so responsible and one of the kindest girls I've ever met. She always takes care of her teammates and all of the equipment, and she also crushes defense. She's a rock-solid defender that attackers have to work hard to get by. Last season, she controlled 7 ground balls and really stepped into the role as a leader on the field. Her favorite memory is bus rides to games with the team when everyone's pumping each other up for the game. Christina will be studying child psychology at Penn State in the fall. Ashley Rue is another rock-solid defender. Anytime Rue is on the field, she's talking to her opponent, making friends with them, and getting any interesting gossip. Anytime you look up at Ashley, she's laughing and having the time of her life on the field talking to the opponents. Ashley has improved her positioning incredibly in just a year. Her favorite memory is Remy always singing and forming close friendships with so many new people that she hadn't known before. Ashley will be studying marketing at the University of Rhode Island in the fall. Emma Zerka is a force to be reckoned with on defense. She can be heard across town, whether it be yelling the team chants and cheers, yelling crash on the field, or sharing news to a teammate to help them out. Last season, she controlled 6 ground balls. Her favorite memory from the lacrosse is ice cream trips after practice with her teammates. In the fall, Emma will be studying marketing at Monmouth University.
Senior Amelia Garcia. Senior Amelia Garcia was a 3-year varsity player for the Cutter softball team. She was primarily a designated player and a relief pitcher for the last 2 seasons. During her junior year, she struck out 22 batters in 20 innings. As a sophomore, she earned a spot for the spring training trip to Disney World, and then again participated last year in our spring training trip to Myrtle Beach, no doubt creating special memories with her high school teammates. As a varsity player for the last 2 years, their team record was 32-19 and included a league championship. Amelia was expected to be one of our top power hitters at the plate, and no doubt would have performed with fire on the mound this season. Amelia will be missed for her contributions to the team over the years, her infectious smile, and great potential for high-level softball. She will continue her studies and her softball career at Western New England University. Next senior is Grace Portvliet. Senior Grace Portvliet was a 3-year varsity player for the Cutter softball team. She was primarily a designated player her sophomore year and earned the starting first base spot her junior year. Unfortunately, she had a season-ending injury right before the start of her junior year. She continued to be a true and faithful teammate, coming to every game and practice, helping with the book and any other way she could. After surgery, she spent the next 6 months in physical therapy and eagerly trained as soon as she was permitted. She came into this season ready to go, but fate had other plans. Grace was a clear leader and thus named one of the captains for the season. She created special bonds with her teammates during spring training trips to Disney and Myrtle Beach and was part of the league championship team as a sophomore. She batted .417 as a sophomore and was a great base runner and played in over half the games. We will miss Grace for her kindness, but also for her toughness, as she is a great example of resiliency. Grace will continue her studies at Quinnipiac University.
The following seniors were battling for a varsity spot before their season was cut short. Beamish Bomaretti. I had the pleasure of being Beamish's middle school health and physical education teacher at Thomas Jefferson Middle School, and I've enjoyed watching him grow and mature into a fine young man through his high school career. I wish you all the best, Beamish. Good luck next year. Joe Donahue and Tim Hushin. Joe and Tim made a nice doubles pairing and were in the midst of competing for a varsity double spot before the season was cut short. These guys complemented each other very well on the court and improved tremendously from last season. They worked very hard and enjoyed having these guys on the team. I wish you all the best, Joe and Tim. Good luck next year. Next up, Miles Sukoff. Miles was a very consistent player, and securing a varsity spot this season looked very promising for him. He was well respected by everyone on the program and was always trying to help his teammates. He was a great doubles partner and worked extremely hard. Thank you very much, Miles, for your dedication to the program, and we wish you all the best next year. Dennis Vink, Mr. Extracurricular. Dennis was very involved in many of the Fairlawn High School offerings, and it impacted him never really finding consistent time on our court. Dennis was a pleasure to have on the team. He has a great personality, a great sense of humor, and he's going to do great things in college. We wish you all the best, Dennis. And lastly, a special thank you to our 4-year varsity starters and co-captains, Ethan Childs and Ryan John. These guys led the program and were very dedicated all 4 years. They were outstanding student athletes who set a great example for our underclassmen, and I'm going to miss watching them compete on the court. You will sorely be missed, and we wish you guys all the best. Congratulations to you and all of our senior student athletes in the entire class of 2020.
Sandra Abilade. Sandra's a thrower on our girls team. She was a 4-time letter winner, an ultra-competitive, successful thrower for our team. Sandra's best events are shot and disc, where she received all league honors in previous seasons. While the throwers on our team are often off to the side of the track doing their own thing, I know Sandra is one of the leaders of the group, working hard, encouraging others, teaching, and always having fun. Marie Alvarado. Marie is a distance runner on our track team. She's also been a part of the track team for the past 4 years at FLHS. Marie is an extremely hard worker. She always gives her best at practice and during races. I often catch Marie cheering on her teammates in other events when she's not on the track. She makes for a great teammate and person to be around. Jenna Gerritsen. Jenna is also another 4-year track athlete, lettering this spring as well. Jenna can get on the track and compete anywhere from the 800 meters to the 3200 meters. Jenna isn't the most vocal person on her team, but she lets her work ethic and races do the talking for her. She's been a leader for our distance girls for quite a while and will be missed by the coaching staff and her teammates. Ayana Harper. Ayana is a hurdler for our team. She was named second team All-League last spring in the 400 meter hurdles and was ready to equal, if not better, that recognition this spring. Ayana is a vocal leader on our team and has the respect of all of her teammates. She's a team-first athlete, always willing to help out in any way possible. She is often a second or third hurdle coach when necessary. Nicole Mercado. I have labeled Nicole as a middle distance runner, but she will do whatever is asked of her. Sometimes she's not even asked, she just volunteers. Nicole might not be the fastest girl on her team, but she's one of the hardest workers day in and day out. Even when she's not competing, you can find her cheering on teammates and helping put away hurdles or other equipment she wasn't even using. Nicole is a fantastic role model for our young girls and will truly be missed by all. Ksenia Nakonechny. Ksenia is a hurdler and a jumper and brings all the energy to spring track and field. I wish she was around during the winter as well. Ksenia is the team's photographer, DJ, choreographer, and assistant coach. Simply put, Ksenia can do it all, which is why 2 years ago, I had her train for a couple days to be able to compete in a big meet in the triple jump for us. She went from never doing the event to scoring points in a varsity league meet. She is a great teammate and a fun person to be around. Sheila Nilagiri. Sheila's a part of our distance team as well. Sheila, I believe, has been a part of the track and field program for the last 3 years. It's hard to keep track between winter and spring, but I know she's been part of our family for quite a while. Sheila is a tremendously hard worker. She comes every day to practice, works hard, and is having fun because I don't think I've ever seen Sheila without a smile on her face. She's a great person to be around, and we've been happy to have her over the years. Julia Sorrentino. Julia is a thrower on our track team. She joined the throwing tribe last spring. She's a perfect fit for that group. Hardworking, serious about improving, but is also there to have fun. She has great relationships with the other throwers, and that helps create strong bonds and trust with her teammates. This spring, Julia would have provided positive senior leadership and undoubtedly improved from last spring, helping this year's varsity squad earn points in dual meets and relays. I wish Julia came out for track earlier in high school, but we'll take what we can get. That's all from Girls Spring Track 2020. Hoping everyone has an active, healthy summer. Thank you.
Itai Afriet has been a member of our team for 3 years and ended last season as a reigning conference intermediate hurdler champion. He is an extremely hard worker, excellent leader, and truly dedicated to our track program. Itai's passion and enthusiasm for the sport is contagious, and he will be sorely missed next year. Brian Bates has been a member of our team for 4 years as a middle distance runner and is committed to constant improvement. Competing in the 800 and 1600, Brian never once complained or quit when things became challenging. He just put his head down and ran. It is because of this drive that he has grown so much as a runner and fell so easily into a leadership position this year. Brian leads by example and will be missed very much by us all. Jacob Breitkopf would have been a first-year senior on our team this year, adding his speed to our sprinters this season. Knowing already his strong work ethic and his hard work during the winter track season, I'm sure Jacob would have flourished as a sprinter this year. Alex Gostev is a 4-year member of our team and has had much success as a long-distance runner. Most people try to avoid the 3200 at all costs, but Alex thrived with that longer distance, testing and pushing his endurance with every race. We wish Alex the very best in the years to come and hope he continues to run. Idan Gutkind joined the throwing team for his 2nd year at Fairlawn. His strength in disc and shot put would have added to the success of our team as it has in the past. We wish Idan much success in college and beyond. Liam Malloy, joining us for his 3rd year, shined in the 100, 200, and 400 meter sprints. Liam worked extremely hard during each season, and we are so proud of how much he has grown in his event. His work ethic and drive is something to be admired, and we will miss him next year. Yam Nave would also have been joining us for the first time as a senior, lending his strength and speed to our sprinters. Yam's success as a swimmer undoubtedly would have transferred seamlessly to the track. I wish Yam much success in his future. Terrence Pridmore returned for his third year as a middle distance runner. Last year, Terrence wasn't able to compete, but he was still dedicated to our team and attended every meet to cheer on his teammates and help the coaching staff record our stats. It is this dedication that has made Terrence an asset to our team. We were excited to have Terrence back on the track this year and are confident that he would have given everything he had to help his team to victory. Terrence will be missed, and we wish him much success in the years to come. Marco Reynoso is another 4-year member of our team who has grown so much from his freshman year until now, excelling in disc, shot put, and javelin, and earning points for his team on both the league and county level. Marco always showed up for his team when it counted. His dedication and kindness is extremely admirable, and he will definitely be missed by us all next year. Calvin Torres was returning for his third season as a middle distance runner. Calvin's natural ability as a runner led to his success and speed. He was a member of our famous 4x4 team that placed in the 2018 Penn Relays and an asset to our middle distance team's success. We hope Calvin continues to run, and we wish him the best. Joseph Toohey was also joining our middle distance team for the first year following his season with the winter track team. We were definitely looking forward to having Joe on our team and adding his talents to our roster. We hope Joe continues to run, and we wish him the best next year. Last but not least, Juan Uribe was a consistent thrower and leader for our team. His strength in the disc, shot put, and javelin helped pave the way for our team's many successes, and we know he would have been a huge contributor to our team's success this year. Juan led by example, showing his dedication to his team and the sport every step of the way. Juan will be missed, and we wish him the best.
And now for the 2020 Fair Lawn High School Volleyball Seniors. Mark Berry, returning first team All-League, first team All-County, first team All-State, and North Jersey Player of the Year, who was on pace to surpass the highly coveted 1,000 career kill milestone and was a front runner for New Jersey Player of the Year this year. This young man had his breakout season last year as the top OH in the state as a junior and was ready to add to his legacy by leading our team to a state championship this season. Regardless of all the accolades this young man received, this young man stayed humble, his work ethic remained consistent, and his desire for greatness continued to increase. Mark will attend Sacred Heart University and major in business administration. Jack Centeno, returning first team All-League, first team All-County, first team All-Section, and third team All-State player. Jack was part of the greatest two outside hitter combination that ever existed in New Jersey high school volleyball the past 20 years. As a returning third team All-Stater, Jack was projected to be one of the top 3 outside hitters in New Jersey. Another amazing athlete that always brought the positive mentality he needed to perform, and more importantly, that his team needed to get through moments of adversity. He was projecting to notch nearly 750 kills during this season and become a first team All-State athlete. Jack will attend Baruch College and major in finance. Ari Julius is a young man also joining the varsity team for his first season this year. Throughout his tenure, he has always demonstrated a willingness to do whatever is necessary for the betterment of the team. Whether it be executing numerous float serves to test the first team's passing prowess, or practicing as a defensive specialist or a right side, Ari was always willing to do whatever position was open in the practice plan. He was always willing to take pride in fulfilling whatever role was available. Ari will be attending University of Maryland and majoring in engineering. Dennis Narte, returning first team All-League, first team All-County, second team All-North Jersey selection. This young man was headed to being a 3-year full-time starter that was projected to be the top middle in the state this year. He was a dominant offensive and defensive player that just left you in awe with what he was capable of doing to the volleyball. The speed with which he ran his attacks and the power with which he hit those attacks was truly some of the most remarkable high school volleyball I have ever witnessed. Dennis will attend NJIT in the fall. Artem Novoselov. Artem was a pleasant addition to the program after transferring from Don Bosco Prep. Once he cracked the lineup, he became a tremendous offensive force from the right side of the court. He developed a full complement of offensive shots within his repertoire, and he was projecting to be a major component of this season's offense. Artem will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology and studying biomedical engineering. Shane O'Shea. Shane was ready to transition from a serving specialist to a defensive specialist position this year. He demonstrated exceptional versatility, playing every position on the court with the exception of middle hitter throughout his illustrious career. This versatility displayed his willingness to contribute in a significant manner in any aspect of the game. He was a perfect complement for this team in that he could fulfill any role in practice or game situations that was needed. Shane will be attending University of Delaware and majoring in physical therapy. Michael Patel. A returning second-team All-League, second-team All-County athlete that was ready to transition from an opposite, focused on providing defensive contributions and blocking opponents' top outside hitters, to moving in the middle and being required to contribute both offensively and defensively. It is not often someone is asked to make a complete position change during their senior campaign to benefit the team, but Mike accepted the challenge in the offseason and was ready to flourish in his new role. Mike will attend NJIT and major in biomedical engineering. Alex Work. Returning first-team All-League, first-team All-County, first-team All-State player who was on pace to surpass 1,000 career digs during the season. Alex truly exemplifies the success story in that he put forth so much effort to improve his game from a technical and mental standpoint. He truly has demonstrated the most amount of growth in such a short period of time of any athlete I have ever coached. Alex will attend Springfield College and major in sports management. Michael York. A young man who has done a tremendous job competing against the first team as the number 3 OH. Despite being in a tough position playing behind 2 all-state outside hitters, Mike was always working on improving his game and practice opportunities and willing to come off the bench whenever possible to spell the starters or close out some matches. Michael will be attending Rowan and is undeclared. Tomer Zilber. A young man joining the varsity team for his first season this year. Throughout his tenure with the program, he always brought great enthusiasm, work ethic, and hustle. Each and every practice, he was willing to compete regardless of which practice court he was working on. He truly exemplified the kind of high-character kid you would want on a roster. Tomer will be attending NJIT and majoring in engineering. To the strongest senior class that ever existed at Fairlawn High School, thank you for choosing to be a part of the Fairlawn volleyball program. I wish you nothing but the best in the next chapter of your lives, and I hope that we will all continue to remain as family for many years to come.
The only senior for the Winter Guard is Amelia Zuzak, and she has been a great member of our organization for the last 4 years. This year, she was a featured soloist in the show. She has been instrumental in really growing the program, a great performer, and also a great leader to the rest of the students. Moving on to indoor percussion, our first senior is Arya Bali. He was our drum set player this year for the indoor percussion. He was a great member, tremendously skilled. We were able to give him a lot of solo moments that he held down all by himself, and he was instrumental to our program. Next up is Noah Ben-Nun. Noah Ben-Nun was our front ensemble section leader in center marimba. He has been a tremendous attribute to our program, and we could not have had the tremendous front ensemble we had without Noah's leadership and guidance to all the other members. Next is Max Garval. Max Garval has been a member of our program for years, playing the marimba this year, and Max's normal main instrument is the flute, but Max learned how to play keyboard instruments to be part of the indoor percussion ensemble and has worked his way all the way up to being a marimba this year. Next up is Justin Labette. Justin Labette was our section leader for the drum line this year in the indoor percussion. Justin has really grown in our program and really become a great leader, and it was great to see those skills that he brought and maturity that he brought this year as a senior. Next up is Caleb Pacheco. Kayla, always super quiet, but a super sweet kid, very hard worker, always, on task, getting her work done, never any problems, only the best of attitudes. Next up is Julia Rios. Julia has been a tremendous member to all of our groups, including being our drum major in the fall. Julia was a member of our cymbal section, and Julia not only was a great performer in our group, but also was a tremendous help in creating the uniforms that we made and the costuming and sewing and helping us with all of the stuff behind the scenes, as she has always done. And finally, Amy Rivera. Amy has been a great member all these years, someone you can always depend on, was held down her section, always working with younger, newer kids and helping them strive to be better and helping them be really good members of the group at a very young age due to Amy's leadership. I am incredibly proud of these seniors. They will be greatly missed, and I wish you guys all the best of luck in wherever your life may take you. Please come back and come say hi any chance you have. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Mrs. Katz, the Athletic Secretary at Fairlawn High School. Congratulations to the Fairlawn Cutters for representing our school this year with pride and giving it your all. To the class of 2020 seniors, you're a special class to me as you are my first class that I've seen grow from freshman year till now. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you on your future endeavors. Always remember to be humble, be smart, do all with pride, and give it your best. I will miss you and come and visit. All the best to you.
Hey guys, it's Jay. I hope you and your families are all healthy and well. I really miss not being out on the field or in the gym watching you guys participate, and miss you guys in the training room. Please know that I've been thinking about you, and I really just wish you the best moving forward with whatever you choose to do.
In closing, I hope you enjoyed the ceremony. I hope you enjoyed hearing from our coaches. As we move forward, I'd like to again congratulate our seniors, and remember the 3 D's to succeed: desire, discipline, and dedication. Take that with you, instill it in your values. When you go to college or to the workforce, remember, you're always welcome back. As I said earlier, once a cutter, always a cutter. To our parents, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of the commitment that you showed our program. And on behalf of, again, Mr. Norcia and Mr. Gorski, we would like to thank you. And we look forward to the future. Good luck, everyone. Have a great night.